Have you ever experienced one of those deja vu moments? One of these moments, that feeling, that intuitive knowingness that I've been here before. Not necessarily associated with a particular place, saying that you've been the same place twice, but it's an inner feeling. Perhaps meeting someone for the first time, but there's a peculiar feeling, even inherent knowing that this is my first time seeing this person, perhaps in this form. And where am I going? Well, I'm here now. And something I've derived significant benefit and value from is reading and contemplating, meditating upon the pastimes of the Lord. In all his different forms, throughout all of history, all of eternity, throughout all the physical bodies of all his devotees. There's so much literature which we can read. It's such a blessing indeed. This video rises from a feeling, not planning, not really even knowing what is being said now. Just an intuitive nudge to whip the phone out. Not for show, not because I feel like I have to, or need to, or even choose to. It's something that I desire to, I want to. There's a difference between this kind of desiring and outward directed desiring. A feeling of needing or lacking, or I desire this to complete myself. This desire comes from a different place. It comes from a place of wanting to share the essence. It really has nothing to do with Alex. Of course, the essence takes the form of Alex, the appearance of Alex, but it's much deeper than this, surface level appearance. Of course, the inner is reflected in the outer. We could say, in a way, consciousness is matter. Matter is consciousness. Consciousness on the surface. You may intellectually know this, or think we know this. But the point is to think feelingly, not to only think half-heartedly, you could say, but to think with our heart, so that there's brain-heart coherence, so that we see beyond the surface. There's a visceral knowingness. Your understanding is on a deeper level, a higher level. Higher coincides with deeper. They're synonymous. You don't have to think of higher in terms of ladder, in terms of going up toward the sky, because really, higher in this context means deeper, going within yourself. Different philosophies and teachings, scriptures have gone back and forth between whether the Lord, that which animates all of this wondrous existence, this phenomenal world of appearance, all of creation, whether the Lord is transcendent or immanent. And of course, one can only speak from experience. And in terms of this one's experience, I say that the Lord is simultaneously transcendent and immanent. We realize transcendence by going within. And of course, as you open your eyes, everything is within. And words only have meaning in context. And at a certain point, we realize that really there is no within and without. Everything is you, manifest now. I am. I am that. I am this. Between this and that, there is no difference. And words can often get in the way of this because people go round and round playing mental gymnastics. And really the point is this. You can label this silence. But that label silence doesn't do justice to the presence, which is beyond all thoughts and concepts, but still loves to express and communicate its essence. So what is the purpose of this? In essence, it's to share this state of consciousness, this eternal state, in an attempt to capture it. Modern technology is a blessing. Depending on the user, what is their intention? What is the intention of creation? Is it service to self or service to others? Or at a certain point you realize that there is no difference between self and others. Because you know yourself as the one self, self with the big S. And again, between this and that, there is no difference. So as you're watching this, look into my eyes. Try to see behind. It's a mirror. If you look close enough, you'll see yourself. Again, self with a big S. Because between you and me, there is no difference. This is the blessing of eternal existence, of retaining your vital essence, of seeing your attention. What is the intention? If you're trying to attract women, that defeats the purpose. There's no judgments. I'm not judging anyone, but I see some clowns on here posting semen retention videos talking about attracting women, making it all about making yourself more appealing. So these videos arise from a state of consciousness which is identifying with the bodily concept of life. And therefore, they don't resonate at the same quality as one who is allowing a video to express from a heartfelt place. With no ulterior motives. Not trying to get anything out of it. Not trying to get something from making the content. As I've said in numerous videos, I will never monetize this channel because I want it to maintain its authenticity and sincerity and purity, so that anybody who witnesses this can realize that there's no ulterior motives. Every action has a motivation, has an intention, and we want this to always be conscious, at the forefront of our consciousness. Because then every action can be an offering. Nothing is mundane. It's always fresh and new. Because God is ever new joy. Today is the day the Lord has made. It's the only day. Now. And there'll never be a day like it. There'll never be a person like you. Ever throughout all of history. You're unique in your own way. And you have your own purpose. And at the same time, in terms of essence, on the deepest, highest level, there is no difference. It's all about context. In what is the context in which you exist? Do you identify with the contents of consciousness, with the forms and the appearance and the material? Or do you identify with the context? Realize that, hey, although I'm aware from within this right now, I have this body, I know myself to be something beyond it, even while aware from within it, acting through it. Never considering myself to be the doer. And actually, I'm not even the intender, because between the intention and intender, There is no separation. The action is the intention. Therefore, there is never any separation between what you identify yourself as in all of creation. Because it's all a manifestation of the one I am.